Declare God is with me and face the year with courage. There are journeys that don't begin with steps, they begin with words. Before the year progresses, before the challenges become apparent, before fear tries to negotiate space in the heart, there is a statement that defines the course of the journey. God is with me. It's not just a phrase. It's a spiritual stance. It's an inner alignment. It is a decree that reorganizes the invisible before the visible manifests itself. Today, as you begin this prayer, you are not just talking to God. You are setting yourself on a spiritual path, because every journey requires awareness, and all awareness requires courage. There are people who go through the year reacting. Others go through the year declaring. And whoever declares this does not walk alone. Dad, right now, I recognize that no day this year will be neutral. Every morning brings decisions. Each afternoon is filled with confrontations. Each night brings reflections. But above all, every step carries your presence. Just as you said to your people, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you pass through the rivers, they will not overwhelm you. I don't pray to avoid passing through the waters. I pray to cross this path with the awareness of who is going with me. There are deep waters this year. There are uncharted territories. There are changes that I didn't ask for, but that have arrived. Some cycles have closed without warning. Nevertheless, I declare God is with me. When fear tries to present itself as prudence, I choose trust. When insecurity tries to disguise itself as realism, I choose faith. When doubt tries to paralyze me before I take the first step, I choose to remember. The Lord watches over my coming and going, both now and forevermore. Today, I reject the idea of relying solely on my own strength. I reject the illusion of absolute control. I reject the burden of trying to predict everything. I choose to walk accompanied, just as Joshua heard, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." That word didn't mean absence of challenge. It was a guarantee of attendance. Therefore, Father, adjust my heart so that I do not confuse courage with impulsiveness. Teach me to discern when to move forward and when to wait, when to speak and when to remain silent, when to insist and when to trust. Because true courage isn't about shouting the loudest. It's about continuing to walk even when the path demands faith. Today, I surrender before you the days I still don't understand, decisions that I still don't know how to make, responsibilities that seem greater than my strength. And I declare with spiritual clarity, I don't walk alone. I don't move forward alone. I will not go through this year helpless. God is with me. May this truth not be merely repeated with the lips, but established in the spirit. May she be with me when I wake up. May she guide me in my decisions. May she sustain me while I rest. If there are closed doors, I will remember, God is with me. If there are deserts, I will remember, God is with me. If there are battles, I will remember, God is with me. And that's why I don't walk in panic. I walk in alignment. I don't move forward in desperation. I move forward with confidence. I'm not going through this year just trying to survive. I walk through this journey aware of your constant presence. Today, I begin the journey without haste, but with direction. Not out of fear, but with courage. Not alone, but accompanied, because God is with me. There is a profound difference between those who merely confront time and those who journey through time accompanied by God. The Bible doesn't hide the difficult years. It reveals ordinary people living through complex seasons, sustained by a simple truth: God was with them. None of them followed a linear path. None of them had a predictable year, but they all had constant companionship. Joshua did not cross the Jordan because he felt ready. He crossed because he heard an order backed by a promise. The river was full. The people felt unsafe. The territory was unknown. Even so, God said, "Just as I was with Moses, so I will be with you." It was not a promise of ease. It was a guarantee of presence. And Joshua learned something essential. Courage does not come from the absence of obstacles, but from the awareness of those who are leading the way. David also experienced unstable years, years in which he was anointed king, but still lived as a fugitive, years spent carrying a promise in her heart, but surrounded by threat. There were caves, there were persecutions. There were days when everything seemed to contradict what God had said. Even so, David did not abandon his conviction. "The Lord is my guide. Even though I walk through the valley, I will fear no evil, The valley was not avoided, but abandonment didn't happen either, because God goes with whom he calls even when the scenario tries to deny the call. Elias went through one of the most exhausting periods of his life after great victories. After the fire fell from the sky, came the weariness of the soul. After the public confrontation came the desire to give up. He walked through the desert thinking he was alone, but God was there, not accusing him, without pressuring him, but supporting it. Sometimes going through a year with God doesn't mean feeling strong all the time. It means being supported even when your strength runs out. Jesus also taught us about crossing paths. He didn't skip any seasons. He did not ignore the weight of the journey. It did not prevent the suffering, but he walked on knowing that the Father was with him every step of the way. In the desert, in the ministry, that cross. Jesus' courage was not impulsive. It was the result of alignment. He knew where he came from. I knew who I was walking with. I knew where I was going, and that awareness underpinned every decision. When we look at these stories, we understand something essential for this year. It's not the size of the challenge that defines the journey. It's the company's clarity. They have been confronting us for years. There are seasons that test us. There are days when everything seems to demand more than we have. But the Bible shows us a spiritual pattern. Those who walk with God will overcome it. Not without pain, not without adjustments, not without learning, but it crosses. Therefore today, when I declare God is with me, you connect to a spiritual lineage of people who didn't give up halfway through. People who felt fear, but they didn't stop. People who cried, but they continued. People who didn't have all the answers, but they had the right presence. This year doesn't require you to know everything. It requires you to trust in the one who knows. It doesn't require you to be invulnerable. It requires you to be dependent. Because dependence on God is not weakness. It is spiritual wisdom. And those who learn this navigate it with maturity, cross with discernment, cross over with silent, firm, and constant courage. Just like Joshua, just like David, just like Elijah, just like Jesus. The question is not whether there will be challenges. The question is, who are you going to cross with? And today, you have already declared, God is with me. Declaring that God is with you is not a symbolic gesture. It's a decision that reorganizes the way you live your day. Because God's presence is not only at work during major crises, it manifests itself primarily in small, consistent choices. The year doesn't pass all at once. It happens through daily decisions. It's in the way you start your morning. It's in the way you respond to pressure. It's about discerning between moving forward and waiting. When you say, God is with me, you are saying, I don't decide alone. I don't react impulsively. No disconnected path from heaven. In practice, this means learning to pause before acting. It means consulting God before making commitments that steal your peace. It means acknowledging limitations without abandoning faith. There are days when exhaustion will try to speak louder than conviction. There are weeks when the results won't come as expected. There will be times when you'll wonder if you're on the right track. It is precisely at these points that the crossing is defined. Because walking with God doesn't eliminate the silence, but it teaches us to remain even when He seems not to speak. God guides continually, not hastily, and those who walk with Him learn to discern the right rhythm. This year doesn't require you to do everything. It asks you to do what you were called to do. There are doors that seem like opportunities, but they drain purpose. Some invitations sound good, but lack direction. There are battles that aren't yours, and wars that shouldn't be bought. Walking with God means learning to say no without guilt. It's about learning to say yes responsibly. When you enter a room, God goes with you. This changes how you speak. It changes how you react. It changes how you position yourself. You don't need to prove who you are. You don't need to compete all the time. You don't need to live in a constant state of defense. The presence of God brings inner security, and inner security breeds stable courage. There is a prophetic vision for this year. It will not be a year of rushing. It will be a year of discernment. It won't be a year of chasing after everything. It will be a year of walking with clarity. It will not be a year without challenges. It will be a year of conscious journeys. God didn't call you just to survive the days. He called you to navigate them with maturity. Therefore, practice being present. Pray before you answer. Pray before you decide. Pray before you react. Not as a ritual, but as an alignment. When something disturbs your peace, stop. When something demands more than you can handle, reconsider. When something causes constant confusion, question it. God does not guide through anxiety. He is guided by conviction, and conviction breeds quiet courage, not noisy, not aggressive, but firm. You don't need to know how it will all end. You just need to know who you're hanging out with. And if God is with you, there is learning at every stage. There is purpose in every season. There is growth even in apparent delays. This year will be navigated step by step, with awareness, with dependency, with courage. Not the courage that ignores fear, but the courage to choose to move forward despite it, because God is with you. Before moving on to the final prayer, there is a question that needs to be faced honestly. It's not a theological question. It's not conceptual. It's personal. Where exactly do you need courage this year? Don't reply too quickly, because the real answer is usually not the most obvious one. Perhaps it's not what everyone sees. Perhaps it's in that quiet place where you've been putting off decisions, in the conversation you avoid, in the change that you know needs to happen, in a confidence that was shaken by past experiences. There are people who enter a new year physically on the move, but spiritually stagnant. And not for lack of faith, but due to an excess of untreated wounds. The courage that God wants to instill in you is not meant to impress others. It's to align you from the inside out. Because going through the year with God doesn't mean living without conflict. It means not running away from them. So I ask you again now more directly, what have you been trying to get through alone? There are burdens you've taken on out of habit. There are responsibilities that were not assigned by God. There are burdens of guilt that you continue to carry, even after you have asked for forgiveness. And all of this robs us of courage. The presence of God does not automatically eliminate these scenarios, but it redefines how you position yourself in relation to them. Perhaps your courage needs to manifest itself in remaining when everything in you wants to give up. Or perhaps your courage needs to manifest itself in letting go when you want to control everything about yourself. Walking with God requires inner truth. No performance, no superficial spirituality, and that is why this journey does not end with a single prayer. It continues the next day, and in the other one, and in the other one. If this prayer is helping you to organize your heart, to see the year more clearly, and to remember that you are not walking alone, so walk together steadily, not as dependence on people, but as a commitment to spiritual growth. Faith is strengthened when it is nourished. Courage matures when it is remembered. And the awareness of God's presence needs to be renewed. Don't easily disconnect from what aligns you. Don't treat as normal what is adjusting your inner self, because those who go through life with God go through it differently. And now, with that question echoing inside you, let's get to the most important moment, the final prayer. Okay, I come before you, not to ask for shortcuts, but to align my steps. Not to demand explanations, but to reaffirm confidence. Today, I am not beginning this prayer by trying to predict everything that this year holds. I begin by acknowledging who is walking with me. You are the God who does not abandon us halfway through the journey. You are the God who remains when enthusiasm fades. You are the God who sustains when strength fails. Therefore, before any specific request, I declare with spiritual awareness, God is with me. Come with me on clear days and on confusing days. Go with me on the easy decisions and in difficult choices. Come with me when there are answers and when there is only silence. Father, I place this entire year before you, not just the good days, but also the uncertain days, the tiring weeks, the waiting periods. Giving up is not surrendering. Delivery is mature trust. I recognize that I don't control everything. I recognize that I don't know all the paths. I recognize that I need your guidance. Therefore, I refuse to walk carrying burdens that do not belong to me. I reject unrealistic expectations. I reject the blame that does not come from you. I reject the fear that tries to govern my decisions. Today, I choose courage, not impulsive courage, but the courage that springs from the certainty of your presence. When I pass through deep waters, remind me that you are with me. When the fire of trial draws near, it reminds me that I am not alone. When the mind tries to negotiate with doubt, anchor my heart in your faithfulness. Father, watch over my coming in and my going out. It guides my choices. It protects my inner self from hasty decisions. Teach me to listen before I speak, wait before acting, trust before giving up. May this year not be marked by haste, but through discernment, so that I don't confuse noise with direction. May I not confuse opportunity with distraction. I hope I don't confuse tiredness with failure. It strengthens my spirit to get through this, not just to arrive, but to mature along the way. If there are closed doors, give me peace. If there are open doors, grant me wisdom. If there are conflicts, give me balance. If there are losses, give me hope. Father, take care of my mind. Take care of my emotions. Take care of what no one sees, but it influences everything I do. I'm giving up my house. I'm handing over my family. I deliver my work. I deliver my projects. I surrender my relationships. I'm not asking for a perfect year. I'm asking for a year that's aligned. A year in which I walk consciously in your presence. A year in which courage does not stem from self-confidence, but from dependence on you. That by the end of this year, I won't just say that I survived, but that I went through, crossed with faith, traversed through learning, traversed with inner growth. Today, I seal this prayer with a simple declaration, but powerful. God is with me, and that's why I'm moving forward, not afraid, but in confidence. Amen.